Negotiation today is shifting as AI becomes a key player, with some creatives thriving by mastering human tactics instead of succumbing to automated pricing. Let's break it down. I'm joined by Jasmine Parasram from Your Pricing Queen. Great to see you as always.
Wonderful to be here again for you.
Talk to us about, I guess, that typical first interaction. What does it look like between a creative and a client?
A lot of the time when a client and a creative are starting to talk about a project that they're doing together, sometimes it can take, I guess, two pathways. One is we're on the same page, we're working together, we're going to get this whole thing done. And the other side, it kind of feels like we're coming in at opposite ends of the arena, like we're doing battle. And what we want to try and find is a way to navigate that so that we're both actually going towards the same destination.
Yes, and the all-important question from a client of how much is this going to cost? When a creative is, a lot of things go through their heads, right? I don't want to underprice, I don't want to lose a client by overpricing, I'm not sure what the scope of work is, particularly in the beginning. What's your, I guess, suggestion there?
So when you enter into any interaction with a client, it can be very intimidating to sit there and think, well, there's just so much that I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how long
for both sides.
For both sides,
yeah.
Sure. And so when you enter into that interaction, you want to start almost like laundry, sorting your knowns from your unknowns. So your unknowns are, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how much the budget is allocated.
I don't know how much they're going to come back to me asking for changes.
And you also don't know how much of a pain that they're going to be. I like to call them
See my earlier point.
Yes, exactly. A PITA, you can fill in the acronym there.
Okay.
But what you do know is the knowns. You know how long your time, like how much
and you know
your
how
time
much
is worth.
else you have going on as well.
You know how much else you have going on, so your capacity.
Yeah.
You also know what you have charged in the past and what you wish you had charged if you had been braver in the moment.
Yeah, it's so true, and it's interesting to see as well. Talk to us about the role of AI here, because I know that a lot of creatives now turn to AI and say, this is the task, this is what I've got on, give me a price.
Absolutely. A lot of the creatives are kind of feeling like, oh, if they've got a $20 Claude subscription, then that's what I have to be competing with. But understanding that as someone who swears at their AI daily, it's not necessarily replacing you, especially because the client isn't going to be swearing at you like they would at their AI. Understanding that it is a
The Aaron
tool.
office at Ticker, by the way, is often filled with me saying, why are you not getting this?
You have one job. It's definitely all caps, many exclamation marks.
I talk to AI. I never type. Do you type? Are you a typer or a talker?
I am a hybrid. It depends on the vibe. I do feel like if I'm talking to it, and have you done the one where it talks back to you?
I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I feel like I'm in this weird intercom system it's never letting me in the door.
Maybe it's actually having the conversation with the other Aaron that's at the back of your brain, and then it's going back and forth.
There's probably a few. Imagine that. Talk to us about, I guess, seeing AI. Is it competition or is it a collaboration partner?
I think it's a collaboration partner, and it's understanding that it's...
When it comes to pricing.
When it comes to pricing, it cannot be your competition because it cannot do what you can do, because that is a robot, you are a human, and the human touch is the thing that you are valuable for. When we are pricing, we want to find a way to value the interaction, the connection, the relationship, which is not something that AI can do.
The interesting things with creatives, from the very nature of it being creative, is that a client who doesn't feel particularly creative reaches out to you to say, I believe you do something that I need, that I can't do, but I'm not quite sure what it is, and essentially trying to make sure that you can fit a square peg into somewhat of a round hole, because you can't be square or round just as a creative. You have to be flexible. How do you bring pricing and negotiation over pricing when a client wants something but you're not sure if you can do it yet?
The first thing I would say is lead with curiosity. Ask the questions.
Ask the questions.
In a way that shows that you have expertise without trying to teach yourself out of the job.
And also examples, right? Give me an example of what you want.
Absolutely. Asking them to clarify in a way where you're both ending up speaking the same language, because us as creatives, we have a little bit of a...
You see, Claude does that. Like if you put something into Claude, can you do this? It will give you it asks you questions, right? Before it gives you the summation of what it thinks you should do. It usually asks you, are you using WordPress? Are you doing this? Which platform are you using? How is this being used? We need to learn from that ourselves to learn to ask more questions, right?
Absolutely. We need to ask more questions, ask clarifying questions that lead us to where we're actually wanting to go and develop that pathway. But also, When we look at negotiation between a client and a creative, you need to choose the pathway that makes the human touch part of the process.
What do you mean by that?
It is really, really easy to type out a message or send an email, and it is devoid of tone. Especially also when you're having conversations with AI, it is devoid of tone. So if I said to you, what do you mean by that? Defensive. What do you mean by that? Curiosity. Understand that when you are negotiating with a client, you need to find the pathway towards where you're wanting to go and have the human touch as part of the negotiation, because a negotiation done right can turn a no into a yes in the right way.
Well done, Jasmine Paris-Ram. Always appreciate your insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much.